Indian culture is probably the only culture in the world that gives women the status of ultimate beings. In simple terms, the mother is the source of creation, and creation is the source of all powers in this universe. Thus, women are worshipped as goddesses or Devi. Namaste. Today is Dvitiya, the second day of Navratri. Navratri, a 9-day festival, a festival of femininity. Now, the femininity as described in our culture may not conform to the femininity in its Western sense, because femininity is Shakti here. In our culture, the feminine energy is a powerful and a dynamic energy. Thus, you may notice that tantrics who specialize in accumulating powerful energy are usually Devi worshippers. Of course, there is more dimensions to this than one. While the mother or Devi is the ultimate protector and a symbol of Shakti, she is also the most compassionate. That is, in our culture, compassion is the root of Shakti, and Shakti is the basis of compassion. The feminine power is a combination of grace, brute power, and compassion. Anger is definitely a bad quality. However, we find goddess Kali depicted with an angry expression. How does this justify? Because the anger stems out of compassion and grace. She takes the form after being pained by the suffering caused to mankind by the demon, and angered by his atrocities, she slays the demon. And what more? The feminine personification of compassion liberates the soul of the very demon and restores peace on earth. Many a times, compassion and kindness is considered a weak virtue to possess, whereas the show of physical strength and the power to subdue another is unfortunately depicted as the show of power. But that is only a Western thinking. We need to understand that our culture, rituals and texts have time and again reiterated the fact that feminine energy of embrace and inclusion is the ultimate show of power. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or something as high as the Brahma Vidya, or something as simple as the concept that the entire universe is nothing but a reflection of my own self. This is nothing but inclusiveness. Our culture has never promoted conquest or the rule over another, but rather to embrace and the show of strength only through our ability to serve the society, our country, the world, and ensure of its betterment and its prosperity. That is true strength, and that is the characteristic of feminine energy that in our culture is considered as ultimate Shakti. This continues even today. Bharat is the only country in the world that has never conquered another country in the last 5,000 years. And yet we hold significant strength in the world in terms of military, in terms of economy, in terms of population, etc. This is because we are always willing to embrace the world just like how the mother embraces her child. But at the same time, we will never lag behind in defense, and so won't womankind. Femininity is power and grace, but today we have taken it for granted. The earth is not treated as mother. The rivers are polluted and women are abused. As Krishna beautifully puts it, the earth is female and so is Mother Nature. Thus, when there are atrocities committed over women, nor the earth or nature will sit still. Chanakya has also said that any place which disrespects women will ultimately perish or kulnash. My dear women of this rich culture, we have forgotten this very important thing today. As women, we have been striving to conform to the masculine standards, or rather even imitate them to prove our superiority. But that will only make us weak. The answer lies in our culture. Because let me tell you that the beauty of femininity lies in her strength, her charm, her grace, her ability to embrace and her ability to love and forgive. For that is true strength. And that is not just her strength, but the ultimate strength of this entire universe. That is why those who could withstand powerful weapons will find themselves weak in the compassionate embrace of a woman. So, this Navratri, as we continue to pay tribute to the women of our culture, let us rediscover the Devi inside all of us. Let this world know that the entire universe begins and ends within this divine Shakti.
On the second day of Navratri, we worship Brahmacharini, the goddess of asceticism and penance. Her name is the feminine equivalent of one who practices brahmacharya. She can be seen clad in white clothes, holding a japamala in her right hand and a kamandalu in her left hand. She symbolizes simplicity, determination, and a quest for wisdom.